Hey guys, just reviewing some of the parts here and why I chose the parts for my computer. This build I primarily built for editing. My last computer was fine. It, however, had i7 4th gen processor, so I could play some games. It was also a laptop, and it couldn't stream, essentially. It couldn't stream playing at the same time, so I decided to build a new computer. And with this one, I really wanted to prioritize editing, so I can play games on another computer, on my PS5, etc. So this one I'll obviously use for gaming, because if you can stream, you can play games too. So here's a list of the parts I use to build my computer. The CPU is an i7 13700K. It's got 16 processors and it's about, I got it for $290 at Micro Center. So I was originally going to go with the i5 13400, which has 10 core processors, as I initially, like I said, wanted to stream, and that'd be totally sufficient to stream and game. But with editing, it's pretty task oriented. A lot of times we're running different bench tests. So I wanted to bump it up to the 15600 for the extra 4 processors, which are 4 cores, which is about $318, and I was going to combine that with the B760M for about $140, and it would have been a total of about $550 for the i5 13600 plus that B760M board. However, I saw Micro Center was running a deal about the week after my birthday, so I decided to check it out. The deal was an i7 13700 with a Z790M board, which is phenomenally better. It was the same price, about $550, and the Z boards are going to be way better. It's got a way better I/O, more input, output, USB hub. It's got upgraded audio, and you can overclock them as well. So it's definitely a no-brainer to go from the B board to the Z board. Not only that, but the i7 has a 24-core processor compared to 10 on the 13400, and for the same price, it's a no-brainer. I had to do it. This brings me to the 790M Plus Micro ATX LGA 1700 for the 1700 series. That one cost me about $180. What I said before, it came with ProMotion, Z board, better I/O, upgraded sound, you can overclock it, etc. CPU cooler, I got the AG620 BK ARGB. This is deep cool cooler, dual tower, dual fans, RGB. It's white, matches the theme. I got it for about $64. I haven't seen it a really good cooler to handle 250 watts of power pulling from the i7, so I needed a top-end air cooler. A lot of top-end air coolers are going to be better than low entry-level air coolers. So to get a better cooler, initially, if I wanted to get something better than the dual tower air cooler, I would need to spend a couple $100 more for an all-in-one liquid cooler. So I decided to go with the tower cooler. It's okay. I've seen other, like the Noctua gets a little similar performance. I'll show some bench tests later of running the Cinebench. It got about like 29,000 at best, 28,000 normally. After it gets pretty heat soaked, it can't really reach 29,000. I also ran unlimited power. Usually I run it at cap at 90 degrees from the BIOS, so it won't overheat. I also have the, I think it's not Thermaltake, but a Thermalright CPU bracket. So if it does get hot and it is prone to bend, it'll not. And it'll also heat sink a little bit better with that. I've seen people get better results on the ice. It helps. For the memory, I went with the Team Group T-Force Delta RGB 32 gig kit, 2 sticks at 16 gigs, DDR5 6000. CL30 was about $120. I kind of wanted the Vengeance kit that was really similar, white at 7000 MHz, but they both have 10 nits of latency, so it's pretty negligible. But the Intel can do 7000, whereas the AMD can't, so it's kind of cool. However, Micro Center had the Team Group in stock there at the store, so I got it. And they could also price match Amazon. They actually price matched Amazon on the M.2 storage, the RAM, and the memory. So that's also the SN770 is super quick. It has a read rate speed of about 7300 megahertz or about 7 gigs a second it can transfer, which is wild. So for that price, it's a great deal. Next is the video card. I wanted the RX 6750 XT, overclock, 12 gigs, DDR6, PCIe4, etc, etc. This is one of the things where I was gonna get a budget GPU and go with like the 6500 for $200. However, for $50 more, you get the 6600. For $50 more than that, you get the 6700. There's also the 6650, the 6750, etc. And it is $50 up until the 6700. It was a leap from $300 to $500 for the 6800. So it's pretty set on the 6700 XT. However, on Memorial Day, I saw that a deal on the 6750 XT, which is semi-overclocked from AMD, but it's also the overclocked version from MSI. So it runs like maybe a little bit faster, but it was $330. Plus, it came with The Last of Us, which is a $60 game. So in theory, you can say I got it for a $270, which is unheard of for a 6750. And even now, they're still going for about $400, maybe $380, depends on the deal where you get it. Lastly, as you can see, I went with the Cooler Master box, TD500, the white mesh controller ATX mid-tower case. It's about $116. This is a phenomenal case. It's pretty popular for its airflow, its aesthetic, and Gamers Nexus actually reviewed it as the best price per dollar case. Also, it's white, so it's also a no-brainer. Really good deal. It fits the ATX board. I was gonna go with the micro ATX, but with the Z board, it was an ATX, so I upgraded from the TD300 to the TD500. It all works. It looks good. It works great. It's all good. I went with the Thermaltake Tough Power GF1 Snow TT Premium 750 watt, 80 plus gold certified. It's fully modular ATX power supply. It's about $100. I wanted the white one because it's the white theme. It's a white build, but it also has the white cables, so it's really cool. Later, I'll probably upgrade maybe some other cables. They got some Lee & Lee RGB ones that are kind of cool, and I also have the Castle Horse, Asia Horse. That's some really good GPU cable extensions as well, and you can get them all different colors. Could probably just get white, so it just looks better. We'll see. And then lastly, I got some just some Cooler Master CPU fans. We got the Halo, we got the RGB on the fan. It's a 3-pack for like $60. It was a lot of fun combining the tower fans, the case fans, and then the additional case fans to work all together. Armoury Crate pretty much sucks. I used OpenRGB to be able the fans to go together. Although I have to load the profile every time I turn it on, so I just leave it default and it just cycles, just like the lights in the background, just doing what they do. I'll throw in some Test Bench. You can see how it does in Cinebench. You can see how it does in Firestrike and Night Raid. And then lastly, I'll show a test bench of Shadow of the Tomb Raider. Amazingly, even with the ray tracing and all the settings set to ultra, so got about 73 frames per second, which is amazing on an AMD GPU with all the ray tracing turned on. Granted, it's at 1080, but this monitor is 1080 as well, so I'm never going to be using anything higher than that. I can go to 1440, take the graphics down a bit, it'll still perform probably great. When it comes to rasterization, there'll be no issues whatsoever. Granted, I'll be using the computer for mostly editing, streaming, gaming, streaming from the PS5, streaming a lot of older retro games from the PS1, PS2, Xbox, etc. Maybe some indie titles, maybe some AAA games. We'll see. So that's my CPU build. Hope you like it. Check it out. Let me know what you think. And I hope to see you guys next time.